Hi everyone, it's Dr. Hodges. I'm going for an evening walk this fine day, and I just want to talk to you guys a little bit today about calorie counting and thinking about the food we eat and being mindful. You know, I wish I could say that once you lose your weight, everything is easy peasy and you don't have to think about anything anymore. Unfortunately, that's just not the case. Everybody is always going to have to be mindful about the food choices that they make. And I think trying to set up some good, healthy habits initially will really help you in the long term. And then it'll really be more just like second nature to you. You know, the easiest way to do calorie counting, because for me, that's the easiest way to get into a calorie deficit. The easiest way is download a good food app. There are two really good ones that I like. I like Bariatric. It's a free app. I use it in my clinic. And then also MyFitnessPal. What's nice about both of these apps is that you can link these up with some of your other apps, your other fitness trackers. With Bariatric, I can actually link it to my clinic. For instance, if anybody wants to download Bariatric, my clinic code is 387171. So if you download that app, we can follow along with you. We can look at all the foods that you're charting, all of your goals, activities, things like that. So why is it important for you to try to track your foods? So that is the only way that you will be able to kind of keep yourself accountable. For instance, prior to me going to medical school, I didn't really understand why I was gaining weight. Every Friday, I would go and watch a movie. And before I would go get a chicken sandwich because I thought that was healthy. And then I'd polish off some French fries, a chocolate shake, and a regular Coke. And then whenever I went to the movies, I would get Milk Duds, popcorn, and then another Coke. And I had no idea why I was gaining weight. Now, fast forward to present day. Clearly, we all know that drinking regular sodas is a no-no. Certainly eating fried food is going to give you extra calories. But what about that chicken sandwich? Those are the hidden calories where you think you're doing good, but you're really not. For instance, whenever you go out to a restaurant, there's going to be a ton of calories in the breads of different sandwiches. Additionally, if they fry those sandwiches, if they're adding mayonnaise or an aioli, if they're adding cheese, things like that, those are all different things that can increase the caloric content of the foods that you actually think are healthy. That's the same with salads. If you have a salad, it might initially only be a couple hundred calories, but then if you add in cheese, if you add in a bunch of nuts, even dried cranberries, those can even be up to 100 calories just for a quarter to half cup. Whenever you add in dried fruits, those sugars are really concentrated. And then of course, if you're using full fat dressings and then a large ladle of the dressing, that's going to be another big component of extra calories. So what can you do? I really recommend download a food app. And initially, just like me, I didn't really have a guide. I just started writing in everything that I ate. So if I was going out to eat, I would Google, or not really Google, but I would look in their database and I would find, okay, today I'm going to Chili's. Let me look at the nutritional information and let me pick something. That was the same like if I was going to any restaurant, or if there was a food that has like a little barcode. Both of those apps, you can just scan the barcode and it will give you the caloric content. And what was interesting is over time, because I'm kind of a creature of habit, I started to see what were the no-nos in the restaurants and which ones were okay, when I could indulge and when I couldn't. And so, for instance, I really enjoy bread. I mean, who doesn't like bread? And one slice of regular wheat bread, generally about 100 to 120 calories. You know how you can save half those calories? Get the Sara Lee 45 calorie sliced bread. Now you have half the calories. That's also like when you're getting cheese. Get low-fat cheese. Don't get the no-fat. That always tastes weird and has a weird texture. But if you get the low-fat, you know what? You're going to save another 100 calories. Eggs. Eggs are good for you. They're a good source of protein. One egg is 70 calories. But one egg white is only 15 calories. So what can you do? If you're going to make an omelet, let's say you want to use 3 eggs. If you use 3 eggs, that's going to be 210 calories. But if you put in 1 whole egg and just 2 egg whites, and I just use an egg, I just like crack it and get the white out. I don't use the cartons of egg white, but you can if you want. So if you use 1 whole egg and then 2 egg whites, that's only 100 calories. 70 calories for the whole egg, and then each egg white is 15 calories. So you still get the flavor of the egg because you've included some yolk, but you're not getting all the calories because you're not using a whole egg. So it's making these little small changes that can make a big difference and a big impact in your diet. If you're not used to using low-fat dressings, start off small. Pick one that's tasty. Generally, I find that vinaigrettes are usually a lot tastier whenever you get them as a low-fat or a no-fat, as opposed to something like French dressing or ranch dressing. That also goes whenever you're going out to eat. Before you go out to any restaurant, before you're choosing with your family or your friends or your coworkers, you need to pull up your food app and you need to look in the database and look at that menu before you go and have a plan of attack, because then you can make much better mindful choices. It's all about being mindful. And then just the more that you do it, the more that it becomes second nature for you, and then it doesn't become like a tedious thing. Now, do I blog or do I log my food every day? But actually about 80% of the time I do. It just helps to keep me on track and it keeps me accountable. But more importantly, using that database, that really helps to keep me accountable. So I encourage you guys, find a good food app that works for you. I'm sure that Apple has one. I'm sure Google has one. The different like Android phones. There's a plethora of different food apps that are out there. Find one that works for you, that's easy to use. Find one that has a good database with a bunch of different foods, and then just go for it. It's okay. It's going to be trial and error. You didn't get to this weight overnight. It's not going to come off overnight. That's okay. We're not looking at short term. We're looking at long term. This is a marathon, and you're just on the first or second mile. Okay? So I hope that this helps. I hope you guys will also go out for a walk. Follow me on Strava. If this video was helpful, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to follow me also on my YouTube channel. Y'all take care. Have a good weekend.